Your documents.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see a letter from the National Land Commission.
Yeah. I want you to read the So do you identify this determination?
Yes, I do.
It's from who?
This is from the National Land Commission, signed by the then chair, Professor Mohamed Swazuri, PhD, OGW, Chairman, National Land Commission.
When was it signed?
It was signed on the 24th day. I presume this 3 means March of 2016.
2016.
Yes.
At that time, was the deputy president in office?
No, he was not in office.
He was not in office.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it will have not influenced the ministry officials to give an allotment, true?
Not as deputy president.
Not as deputy president. Very well. I want also to refer you to, before I refer you to the judgment on that matter, I want you to read the determination of the commission, which is in the last page, just last paragraph. Can you read it?
The Commission, having listened to both parties and scrutinized the evidence adduced before it, hereby directs as follows. The lease held by Wamunyoro Investments Limited, LR number 209-12077, IR number 90923, is upheld, subject to adoption by plenary.
Is upheld.
Subject to.
But is upheld.
Subject to. We read it in whole. Subject to.
Very well.
Adoption by plenary.
Very well. But the determination of NLC have already determined.
It is upheld, subject to adoption by plenary.
Very well. So let me refer you to the judgment of that's ELC case number E242 of 2022, which is in page 116.
Page 116.
Yes.
Yes.
I want you to go to the judgment of the judge. That's 177.
170?
177.
177.
Yeah, 177, but I want you to look at 176.
176?
Yeah.
Yes.
176, paragraph 440, right? I. Can you read paragraph 440 I?
A declaration be and is hereby issued that the plaintiff is the lawful registered absolute owner of all that parcel of land known as LR number 209-12077, IR number 90923.
Who is the plaintiff? Who is the plaintiff?
Wamunyoro Investments.
Wamunyoro Investment. Okay. And therefore, the judge has determined who is the rightful owner of that property, right? That's right?
Yes, the judge has determined.
Okay. Okay, now, do you want the Senate to further arbitrate on this, on the ownership of this property after that? Is that your position?
Indeed. Our claim is that, as you have referred us.
Is that your position?
Yes.
It is your position?
It is our position.
Even after you've seen the determination both from the court and from the NLC?
There is no plenary adoption of the NLC determination. Subsequently, we have made allegations which will be proved that the letter of allotment came long after, and it is the letter that was used to support, to lead the court to make this decision.
Very well. That's all, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I thank you.
Counsel for the National Assembly, you may re-examine the witness. But just to remind you, you have 40 minutes to conclude your entire case.
Mr. Speaker, we have no questions in re-examination for this witness, so we propose to call our next witness. That is Dr. Andrew Mulo.
Very well. Now,
if the clock can be
Counsel,
frozen while we call him, please.
yes, Counsel, before you call your next witness, the honorable senators may want to seek for clarifications from the witness, so I will allow them to do that. When they're done, then you can usher in your second witness.
Much obliged, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, you have 2 minutes to do that, and we are going to do that. I'm going to allocate 20 minutes for that exercise. Senator John Newton. Not present. Senator Sotsi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have two clarifications. The first clarification to the Council for the Deputy President, and is on the matter of the first charge on the issue of shareholding. Can the Council, based on Rule 30, of the standing orders, explain the specific relevance of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition Agreement as a piece of evidence? My second question is the Council of National Assembly on the ground number 8, where it is alleged that the Deputy President violated Section 132 of the Penal Code. So maybe we can be told a lot more about whether there was any report made to the relevant authorities as far as this charge is concerned.
Senator Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to seek some clarifications from the Honorable Mutuse. Very fast, Mr. Speaker. First of all, what led him to, if he did, to think of auditing the wealth of the Deputy President? Was he auditing institutions? And if he was auditing the presidency, would he kindly tell us also about the wealth of the President? Number two, Mr. Speaker, who did this particular motion for Honorable Mutuse? And why I ask that, Mr. Speaker, is because every time he's asked a question, he says, I think so, I believe so. He does not give convincing reasons, in my view, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, he has listed several companies. And these companies, upon cross-examination, he has said repeatedly for each of them that he has no problem with the companies, apart from saying that he thought that there was an intention to use them for money laundering and some other corrupt activities, Mr. Speaker. So exactly what is it a crime to have, in his understanding, to own companies for the Deputy President or any other Kenyan, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, when you look at the affidavit made by one Jomo, Mr. Njomo, about acquisition of Olive Gardens Hotel, with a promise, it is alleged, that the Deputy President would buy the same later.
Senator Ojenda. Honorable Senators, condense your thoughts. You only have 2 minutes within which to seek the clarifications. And both teams kindly note down the questions so that once the senators are done raising, we'll come to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to ask the witness, Mutuse, you have been taken to great lengths on the ownership or the shareholding of the 22 companies that you have associated the Deputy President with. I want you to just clarify why you included the 22 companies in your impeachment. You set out allegations on several companies. Clarify one, you referred to Olive Gardens Hotel. You refer to the, again, Vifingo Beach Resort in Kilifi County. You set out the CR12 of both. Now I want you to just tell us, or clarify, the significance of the inclusion of these two companies. Just clarify that. On the ownership of Queensgate Serviced Apartments, you also seem to raise a number of issues. I want you to also clarify the ownership of Queensgate Serviced Apartments and why you attribute the questions. You asked several questions by counsel on Queensgate. I want you to make a clarification. But let's go to the other question, Mr. Mutuse. In charge number 1, you have referred to the obligation.
Senator Mungatana.
Asante Bwana Spika. Mimi nilikuwa nataka kumuuliza Mheshimiwa Mutuse, mbunge wa Kibwezi Mashariki, atufafanulie wakati ambapo Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais alipokuwa anazunguka na kusema anapigania haki za Mrima, yeye kama mbunge wa Kibwezi Mashariki na kama mbunge wa kutoka sehemu ya jimbo gatuzi la Makueni, je, alijisikia ama alijihisi kwamba anabaguliwa ama anawekwa kando katika nchi hii ya Kenya? Tueleze vizuri, tuelewe. Asante, fafanua.
Senator Enokumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will have 2 clarifications to seek from Mheshimiwa Mutuse, but because my leader, Senator Governor James Orengo, opened this session with the verse from the Bible, I will also read one from the Bible. The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 1. You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. That is the Bible. Mr. Mutuse, I want to know from Mr. Mutuse, 1, is this impeachment motion really and truly your motion? I ask that question, Mr. Speaker, because on all accounts, the witness is unable to prove anything. Is this your motion, or are you called to just sign a motion, then to come and defend it here? Secondly, in the oath of office for the Deputy President, it is required of him to diligently serve the people of the Republic of Kenya in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. The people that reside in the Mount Kenya region are Kenyans. What is so wrong with a Deputy President, a state officer, in defending people from a region in this country and then coming to defend other people in Nairobi and other people in other regions? What is so wrong? What is impeachable about that defense? I thank the Speaker.
Senator Veronica.